So a mobile phone company finds that its mobile bills are normally distributed with a mean of €53 and a standard deviation of 15. Find the probability that if a mobile phone bill is chosen at random, the amount due will be between 47 and €74. So this is kind of just like the one we were just looking at. It's one of these ones that you're between two figures. So let's just draw what they're asking us to find here. So again, I'm just drawing out my normal distribution. I'm marking in my mean. In this case is going to be, is it €53? It is. And a standard deviation of 15. And they want me to find the probability that the phone bill falls between €47, which is to the left of 53 clearly, and it's probably not going down that far. That's because it's going up to €50. If I was counting in units, it would probably only bring me to about here, which is 47, and up to what cost? 74 they want, which is probably about here. Okay, so they want me to find what's the probability that it's picked between that region. Now the only difference here is that in this question, they've given us money. They haven't given us z-scores. So we basically need to turn these numerical values of euros into z-scores. Now the formula for a z-score is given as, let's just write it up here, z is equal to x bar, which is our sample mean, or our sample phone bill, minus the mean, which is mu, and divide that by the standard deviation. So that's the formula for our z-scores. And we basically just need to do that for €47 and €74. So we basically just have to do this twice. So let's go through it. So for 47 we have, so let's just put down our formula. Z is equal to x bar minus mu over our standard deviation. So that's giving me a z-score of x bar, which is my sample mean, which is 47, minus the mean, which is 53, over the deviation, which is 15, and that's giving me a z-score of negative 0.4. So I'm just going to mark that on my picture, and you can see actually that it is to the left of 53, which is a negative, and 0.4. So that's my z-score. I now need to find the z-score for €74, so I'm going to do the exact same thing again. So z is equal to x bar minus my mu over standard deviation. Z is equal to 74 minus 53 over my standard deviation of 15. Z is equal to positive 1.4. Again, you can see that that looks about right. It's to the right hand side of 53. It's into the positive region, so positive 1.4. Okay, so there are my two z-scores. So we've now moved away from currency to these numerical values of z-scores, which means I can now use them in my log tables to find the probability. So it's important that you put them into z-scores. So again, let's have a look at what that'll look like now on individual bell curves. So my first one here, if I was to sketch it, again, it's rough and ready, that would be 0, and I'm going back to negative 0.4. And if I look up positive 0.4, because that's all I have in my log tables, positive 0.4 is bringing me to 0.6554 in my log tables. So that's what that's finding me. If you go to 0.4 as a z-score in your log tables, it will find 0.6554. Now again, remember that we always read these from right to left. So that's giving me that region there. But that's not what I want. I want this region in blue. And I know, because this graph is symmetrical, that that region in blue is the same as this region in blue. So in order to find that region in blue, all I have to do is basically simply find that area there, because it's going to be the same as this one. And in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my full 100%, which is 1, minus 0.6554, and that's giving me a probability of 0.3446. So what that is finding is, let's just tidy up our picture. It's giving me that region now in, let's color it in green. So that region there is 0.3446. Next thing I'm going to do I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to draw my bell curve. And I'm going to mark in the 74 euro or the 1.74 z-score. And I'm going to find 1.74 from my log tables and turn that into a probability. And again, just remember you read it from right to left. And in my log tables, 1.74, why am I saying 1.7? It's 1.4, sorry, my fault. 1.4 is giving me 0.9192. So let's just write that in, 0.9192. Okay, now I don't need to take that away from 1 because that is what I wanted. I wanted everything to the left of 1.4, and that's what I found. So what does that now mean? In order to find this region back over on my main picture in the turquoise color, all I have to do now is I need to take away that green portion, which is here, away from the overall purple, which is all of this together. So I just need to take away my two solutions from each other and I will have my answer. So therefore, my final solution is going to be 0.9192 minus 0.3446. And that is going to give me 0.5746, or in other words, 57.46%. So if we just look back up to the question, find the probability that if a mobile phone bill is chosen at random, the amount due is between 47 and 74 euro. It will fall between 47 euro and 74 euro 57.46% of the time. That's basically what that is telling us. Thank you for watching another tutorial video from Tulla Maths. Make sure and subscribe.